In this neighborhood in Rio de Janeiro's North Zone, the CV is everywhere. Two letters that impose order or terror. At every entrance to the favelas controlled by the gang, the military police are on high alert. Behind these makeshift barricades, which police officers try to dismantle every time they pass through, the Comando Vermelho, or Red Command, marks its territory and controls everything. Drug trafficking, internet access, gas supplies, even water. Here, the gang makes the laws and silence reigns. This tension leads to increasingly bloody urban wars. Last October, this police operation in a favela in northern Rio became the deadliest in the state's history.
A mega operação era para cumprir 94 mandados de prisão contra chefes do Comando Vermelho do Rio e de outros estados.
122 people were killed, including 5 police officers. These images of bodies lined up on the ground were shocking. But for the state governor, already campaigning for the Senate elections in October, the operation was a success.
Nós precisamos de leis mais duras e o trabalho das polícias não vai parar e a gente vai continuar livrando o Rio de Janeiro dessa criminalidade.
But will the state's offensive succeed in weakening the Comando Vermelho? We meet one of the gang's foot soldiers in this seemingly quiet favela at dusk.
For us, nothing changes. They will never manage to stop drug trafficking or make us give up. Our fight against them is endless. It will never end.
His certainty stems from a simple reality. The CV has filled the void left by the state, providing for local residents in exchange for their loyalty. Like most orphans here, he was recruited by the Comando Vermelho as a child following the death of his parents.
As long as there's poverty and people going hungry, nothing will change. We'll always be here to help the locals, bringing them food, shoes and gas, or giving them money to buy meat.
The CV's power undoubtedly stems from its origins. The faction was born on this island off the coast of Rio, in this prison which is now a museum. In the 1970s, under the military dictatorship, political prisoners were held there alongside criminals. They joined forces to protest against the appalling conditions, but political demands were abandoned in favor of drug trafficking. 5 decades later, the Comando Vermelho has extended its reach, controlling almost 75% of the territory in the state of Rio. It's the bane of the authorities, whose shows of force have done little to stop it.
Their aim is to expand into the southwest region, precisely to form a large complex. It is clear that the Comando Vermelho dominates a large part of the region. According to the Brazilian Security Forum, organized crime generates over 61 billion euros a year. But when you look at the figures, drug trafficking accounts for only a very small percentage. The majority of revenue comes from controlling the trade in essential goods for local residents.
In 2025, the state of Rio recovered 4 million euros from drug traffickers, a financial windfall that allows the Comando Vermelho and other groups to extend beyond favelas, according to this professor specializing in crime. Their influence extends right into the corridors of power.
By controlling numerous territories, the CV ends up forging alliances with local politicians and forming ad hoc alliances during election campaigns.
Last year, Rio de Janeiro recorded a 34% rise in deaths during police operations.
The state is pursuing a policy of extermination. All those involved in drug trafficking, whether killed or imprisoned, will be replaced by others because there's a constant labor supply available for crime, due to a series of structural inequalities that persist in Brazil and which limit opportunities for young people from these neighborhoods.
That's where the Elos charity comes in, giving young people a chance to choose a better future. The project was founded in the heart of the Maré favela, one of the most dangerous in Rio. The charity has welcomed over 2,000 children and teenagers here in 5 years. They're trained, but also mentored by jiu-jitsu professionals. It's urgent work given that 80% of young people who get involved in drug trafficking die before they're 21.
Come on, everyone, come closer. Don't give up on your dreams. If a young person has no dreams, what do? They're drawn to drug trafficking. These traffickers have cars, weapons, but when you realize that the world out there is far more interesting, then you become free. I've lost most of my friends to drug trafficking and drugs. Here we shape young people's minds. We show them a different life, so they don't fall into drug trafficking. The favelas need more sport, more opportunities to get ahead. And if the state were more involved here, I bet you there'd be fewer criminals on the streets.
Sadly, Brazil's most notorious criminal organization finds recruits everywhere, far beyond Rio's favelas. The Comando Vermelho has extended its influence in 8 Latin American countries, and it's now causing concern in Europe, where it's begun expanding in Portugal and Italy.